Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge, an angel warrior of the Midwest and a messenger of the covenant, representing the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, the self-taught one, Master Suleiman, who has given us the Injil, the Gospel of Revelations with the Injil key that gives us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures. This is update with Malik Hodge on this Friday, August the 12th, 2022. This is where we take current events and give the understanding to them from the unsealed scriptures, the Injil, that gives you the understanding of what's taking place from the unsealed perspective and how it fits with what's taking place in today's time. So let us begin. We're going to start out. And let us begin with the number one topic that they're speaking about around the world or here in the USA, America. The search warrant for Trump's Mar-a-Lago home has been released. Hear what it says. This is by Rick Rogan. A federal judge on Friday released the warrant to search former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home after the Justice Department filed a motion calling for it to be made public. FBI agents searched Trump's home in Palm Beach, Florida on Monday, but the Justice Department did not comment on the search until Thursday, when Attorney General Merrick Garland said at a news conference that the department had requested the warrant be unsealed. Trump supported the release. The documents showed FBI agents retrieved classified documents titled Top Secret, as well as the grant of clemency for Trump's Ally Roger Stone. It also indicated investigation has examining possible violations of the Espionage Act. Sources familiar with the matter have told USA Today that the investigation related to the search is related to allegations Trump removed classified documents from the White House at the end of his term. The FBI seized about 24 boxes of documents, including 10 sets of documents labeled secret, top secret, and confidential. It also retrieved classified ITS SIC documents on abbreviations, top secret, sensitive, compartmented, and for compartmented information. Compare. So they haven't. It's a ongoing investigation. However, they did go in the former president's. Let me get that his. I got it. I have to get that. Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach, Florida. So they went in his home. They raided his home with machine guns and stayed in his home for 9 hours. Now they're saying that they've retrieved these documents that was labeled top. The labels were 10 sets. FBI seized about 10 boxes of documents, including 10 sets of documents labeled secret, top secret, and confidential. Classified ITS sci-fi documents and abbreviated top secret sensitive. So trying to determine what does all this mean. They haven't said anything as of yet. However, it's an ongoing investigation. It's relatively new. However, it has outraged a lot of people, and especially Republicans, standing up saying that the American system is failing, that the FBI has become one-sided, that when something happens on, or Democrats do, something the FBI don't handle the situation the same. So, um, they're making claims that the FBI, the what is this? The head FBI is working for his boss, and they're not being equal or fair towards um, Donald Trump, the former president, or um, the Republicans. So they're, you know, they're really pushing to see exactly what are these documents, what's taking place, why they handle the situation like they handled it, why they go into the former president's home and stay 9 hours. It's a lot of questions they want answered. And as it looks, everything is there. The way they're pushing it, that they want everything brought out to the public. They want answers. So it's just looking at it from the angel standpoint. Is the government um decides, both sides there, it's a fight in the interior of the government, and now and um they're feeling as if the government has become more one-sided, or um working more for um the democratic side um of it, of the government, and they're feeling like the justice system is being used against, unfairly or unequally, against the Republicans. So it just goes to show that um, the fabric of the country is being shaken. The um, foundation is being pressured, and the government is now, parts of the government is feeling that the system is not working. It's not working equally. It's not being efficient and equally um, um, utilized. So it just goes to show that um, what what is shared, what's the angel shared it, how um, that the system itself was going to break down. It couldn't handle the pressure It's not going to be able to handle the pressure, all the pressure from all the sides and all the areas that it's coming from. It's going to be pressure coming from the outside and inside out that is putting a lot of pressure on the system that is causing um, the system to um, that's going to cause the system to collapse or implode on itself. So that's that topic. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's check our timing. Great. Um, Let us go to this um monkeypox thing. Um, Keep catching bits, nice size articles on monkeypox, and I'm reading this monkeypox article, and let's get into it. World ignored monkeypox threat, including signs of sexual transmission. In a eerie echo of the coronavirus, uh, coronavirus pandemic, more than a decade of warning preceded the global outbreak of human monkeypox that has now spread to more than 31,700 cases, with about a third of these in the United States. In 2010, researchers reported the rate of monkeypox cases in the Democratic Republic of Congo had increased 20-fold from 1980s to the mid 2000s. Growth that, if unaddressed, could cost the world a chance to combat the virus while the geographic range is limited, wrote the epidemiologist Annie Raymond from the University of California of Los Angeles, and her co-authors in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Now, what caught my eye is that, when you hear, say, you thinking it's monkeypox. That, where did this come from? So they said human transmitted, human. So looking on at the virus and then going to do some more, just reading and doing a little more research. This virus was brought out. It was in Nigeria. It's over in it's a virus that is in Africa, and it's speculating they rung it when you're reading or doing any research. It's ringing with like AIDS. AIDS came up in when you read it. But this virus, question one is the name of it. Monkeypox. So I'm looking, where did it come from? Monkeys? So looking at that is like, okay, they begin to say human monkeypox. So it wasn't found in humans at first or in the beginning. So it made me, you know, look at it like, okay, how does these things be jumping from like a monkey or an animal to the humans without some type of human intervention, some type of medical study or something? Something had to take place to get the monkeypox to even jump into or be able to for humans to get it. So just like you gotta listen, AIDS came from the green monkey out of Africa. They slung that on you. Okay. How did it get into people? What's the and it's again sexually transmitted. So is it okay? AIDS come from the green monkey, and what is this from another monkey? Are you it's sexually transmitted? Just something to think on. Because they've been like understanding and having this um the knowledge of this monkeypox. And it's just, looking at it, these things ain't just popped up. And it didn't just transfer mysteriously from an animal into human monkeypox. You can listen to the words. It's a now it must have been already something that they found and knew about or studied it before it was human monkeypox. It was just monkeypox. And what if you? I was doing risk reading and seeing. Hold up, wait a minute. They're saying this like, and they first found it or was watching it, and it was in Africa. It was in Africa. Now, when you're doing the research, and you seeing where these things, the demographics and that they study these things at, and knowing what type of, I mean, this ain't no, we gotta tell how it is when we dealing with our people. These things just pop up. Now, AIDS, it came from the green monkey, but it just some kind of way got into the African, into the our people in Africa, and it just, you know, an epidemic, and you know, it is a virus, and now it's, you don't hear about it, but it's still a major virus that has killed a lot, that has killed millions of original people, millions of black people. But you know, they didn't take, the jab, or get a vaccine or a cure and go hand it out to the Africans or our people in Africa. They didn't do that. It's just something to think on. They think, brothers and sisters, and then they saying this is a sexual transmitted, and it's in the 95 to 98% of it is passed in the gay, queer, trainee, sexual, sex, sex something community. But they studied this. I mean, I'm it's just something to pay attention to, that because it keeps coming up. They keep having several articles, different doctors, schools that tested this and saying this, but all of them are saying the same thing, that it's sexual transmitted. It's thriving in the gay, queer, tranny community. However, it's not only able to be passed through sexual encounters, that it can be passed in other ways through also contact. When you listen and kind of go into then it's this pox, but they say they got a cure for it, but they don't. Now it's a strain on the vaccine, or it's not enough. They haven't produced it, and they wasn't in expecting the outbreak. However, when you thinking on it, if you got a cure and this has been happening, but you can go and produce millions of jabs, research it, make it, study it, put it in, and get it ready for the community within months, and order the community to take it. But and make millions of doses and force it all over the world in communities. countries, assassinate presidents, and put these jabs all over the world. But you got something that they said they've been having a vaccine for this for years, but it's a shortage. And these things, it's a sexual. When you add it up, look how close and sim in the years 1980s and brothers and sisters. Some of this stuff, it just they pull this stuff out and think nobody don't think on nothing. It's tested. It come out around the same time. It's got the same some of the same things. It's called monkeypox. What was AIDS? They said they got it from a green. It's something that was in a trait of a monkey. All this stuff be tested, designed. However, just something to keep on your mind, brothers and sisters, of what type of people or what type of world we're living in the you have to keep your mind open to the type of um, uh, warfare and ideas that they have in mind to take you out. Some of these things, you know what they're you don't know exactly what type of methods they will use, but you have to know that they're definitely are looking and could and attempting to take each and every one of us out. So just something to think on that prick your mind to get you to understand the seriousness of the situation of being eliminated or taken out, or even the mannerism or the thought process that these mankind has been coming up with in storing and using things that they're going to use to in your demise, or in that they have in the plan that they have to take us out. They have many plans. So it's just something that caught it every day. It keep I find myself keep reading it, catches your interest to say what is. I mean, it's too much. It's the sin. All these things is you can come up with this, but you can't do this. You won't do this. You won't. Just letting the people know that they know about these things. They could, when it's a virus of this type, they didn't come in it. They didn't come trying to give our people anything. Millions of us died. So you got to look at and understand why if millions of us was dying from that, you didn't come and give us nothing to cure that. And the, those things are still running rapid in the black community. AIDS, not just that. Herpes. Herpes is running wild in the black community. They ain't rushing to give you no jab for that. Rushing to find no cure for that. Brothers and sisters, it's just something to prick your mind. I always say. I always look at what's taking place to find the truth. Ain't no, we are the target at all times. When they're acting as if we want to assist you. We demand that you take this. These are free. You're not going to allow this into your country. Send a hit squad and get him, kill him. Yeah, assassinate him, take him out. We need these in their country. And you think that they have our best interests in mind? Just something to think on. Let us go to our next topic. All right. Our next topic is, let me see where we at in time. Oh, we're doing well. Great. Britain's energy bill, and this is a real concern before we go into our last. This is going to be quick. Britain's energy bill costs. Britain's energy bills have risen. They're at double price. Now, these are some of the numbers from said that 2 months salary. Energy bills and rising energy bill. Britain rising energy bills. Projected monthly bills in Britain are $5,000. However, their salaries are monthly salaries now. This is the numbers, that was given. $2,500. So it's going to take them 2 months of salaries to pay 1 month energy bill. Energy bills is twice monthly salary. For day power rationing likely of Europe cuts supplies to the UK. 77% of Britain's gas imports come from Norway. They blame Boris Johnson for failure to resolve energy crisis. he had Boris Johnson had UK executives um, and businessmen come meet with him, but they came up with no solution. Um, Boris Johnson stated that, he's the outgoing prime minister and he doesn't want to tackle any um, major, he doesn't want to be responsible for any major changes. However, winter's coming and they don't have a plan in line for energy. And this the catch. The UK or Britain they're not receiving oil from, they receive a low amount of oil from Russia. So that's not really a problem directly to them through Russia. You got so bear with me. However, 40 well, no. 40 or more percent of their oil comes from a pipeline from Norway. No, 77% of Britain's gas imports come from Norway. 77%. Now, the thing is, that pipeline is in, this the catch. That pipeline is in Europe. And Europe's oil storages are short. They oil supply is short. And Europe gets the majority of its oil through the Russian pipeline. So it's Britain gets like 20% of their oil, like what they say, about 20% of oil is liquid oil that comes from America. Basically, what comes from America and what they can get through the Middle East that they're stealing, possibly, more than likely, America is stealing from Syria or whatever they can pick up from the Middle East in America, this liquid oil. But winter's coming up and they're already having these rationings and preparing for these rationings, but they haven't put anything in place. And Norway, they're already, see, this is really an interesting situation because where's Norway? That's in Europe. Europe been cut off from Russia. So Britain's oil comes from the EU. And they're short. They're having rationing. They can't take a bath. So What do you think's about to happen with Britain with winter coming? See, these things is all adding up from the inner perspective of how and what's going to cause this breakdown of relations, this breakdown of allies, this betrayal or what is it? Turning on America. Because when winter comes and these countries don't have the energy that it needs to supply its people and its country, how do you prepare, or how do you survive or prepare? How do you go to war? How do you maintain in a time of war? What do you do when you're at war and paying? These countries have paid, each one of them. One is like, I think the lowest was 2 point, or the highest was 2.5 billion. They assisted in the war with the Ukraine against Russia, and they all put some a couple billion or so on the war. America's put several billion, 24 billion, and going in the war against Ukraine. So they're basically funding it. However, there's nothing been put into motion with winter coming. And they get most of their oil from the EU, which the EU is going to be, they're going to have shortages. So this is a trickle effect that's coming up on the EU. And look at the weather, the conditions that the weather is brought on. Thousands of people are dying from the heat. The ground is eroding. It's hurting their economy. Their vegetation supply is short. The crops are suffering. The supply is been cut short or seriously affected by the drought. They're in major drought. So you see all these things that is taking place, and the grains that usually come in haven't come in from Ukraine. So they're without knowing, their supplies are being hit in all types of areas that haven't really showed themselves yet, because they really haven't measured or came or looked to find out exactly what and where they are at, because it's still going through a process of coming in and being cut off. So when certain things is totally shut off, then they're not going to be able to supply you. We're short. How can we supply you? So it's going to be a domino effect that we keep sharing with you. This domino effect is going to cause this Britain and the EU to turn on America in this war against Russia, in the war of Armageddon. So I'm gonna leave that right there, and we're gonna do the time I gotta sum it up and get this last topic in. Iran, the JCPOA. Time's running short on Iran. Making a decision and letting it be known on this last draft of the JCPOA. The thing on it, the main thing to even speak on, and for you to even think they're going to sign this, which definitely is easily to see their decision and understand from using reasoning, your mind thinking. Why would they do it? America wants this, that, and the other. The European nations want this, that, and the other. Iran wants certain things, but for one, the one thing that they definitely want and cannot get from Britain, the European Union, or America is insurance that the deal can't be closed or changed. And America says it cannot insure that. So, since you can't insure that, they also saying, what is one of the things that there are some agreements or a few things that Iran also wants, and America is not budging. However, America pulled out of this. They put sanctions back in on them. America pulled out the agreement. And they want you to get rid of everything, why would you get rid of, now this is, I'm talking to our people from our standpoint. This ain't me, this is why we do this, to make us, I'm speaking to my people from the using the from these topics, these current events, and giving you the facts from, you always hear it from someone siding with, from their perspective, from their side of the story. Speaking on behalf of their people, their side. Now, why would you sign something that you have had your people, scientists, military officials, leaders assassinated on behalf of the study and the development on behalf of the nation to achieve a goal to improve your nation for your people. And they want you to get rid of this when they've killed and assassinated people to stop you from achieving goals and to embetter your nation for your people. But they can achieve and take and utilize the same things to protect and secure their nations, but you can't do the same for yours. Not only that, they will not ensure or can't ensure that the agreement won't get thrown away or be cut, or they can't ensure you nothing. So whatever you give up, if you gave it all up, tomorrow they can terminate it. And the thing is, they're in need. So while we need you, we can make things feel better. But see, our people are not dumb. Our brothers from over, they're not dumb. They invented chess. We have to be an idiot to compromise or get blindsided again by America, by this European Union. It is best for them. They benefit from more from the agreement, and they have caused turmoil, sanctions to stop, to keep. You can't sell your oil. You can't do this in internet. Why? Who the hell are you to tell me I can't sell something because I'm not agreeing to what you got going on? But That's the type of thinking that all that is the reason why from an angel standpoint, this is all got to end. They all got to go. This whole society, this whole world is being guided and um, ruled by evil, period, point blank, by the devil, holding everybody in the world hostage. Everyone's hostage. You can't do this. We're the only people that can protect, have, do this, do that. We have to distribute it. You have to go through us. We have to see. You have to make your stuff transparent. We have to be able to see what you're doing. We have to put our people in there to see everything. You're not coming over in their area seeing this. You're not come. Huh? Who's seeing what they're doing? Who's watching them? But who's causing this mischief? These sanctions and everything, this tape, this whole nightmare is a take, line, deceiving system. All you do is lie, take. You never own nothing. You can't have anything. You won't keep it because they're gonna take it back. I don't care what you do. Soon you fail or don't have what they need or you to have, they take it back. You never own nothing. This the way this is. This you never are free in this whole world. But just looking at the facts, why would Iran sign that agreement? Then you give them a time limit and an ultimatum. Either you sign it or we go to war. However, from the Indian perspective, that's where we're on our way to war, the abomination of desolation, the JCPOA, the Injil, the unsealed scriptures say that Iran is not going back up under the nations, the foot of the nations. They're not going to sign that JCPOA, that deal that's on the table. America and the European nation, the European Union is, we'll find that out within days or the time that they have allowed it. If they don't sign it, then they're expected to engage and take the next step, which is force or military action. So this abomination of desolation, which is what time we're in, this JCPOA is the initiation to that. This no sign will begin this war in the Middle East between Michael and his angels, which is Master Farah Muhammad, Iran and Syria, goes to war with the dragon and its angels, the House of Saud, Saudi Arabia, Britain and America, false Israel, and those 6 other nations that has made this alliance in the name of the Abraham Accord, and they all have a common enemies that they're all going against: Iran, Syria, but Iran in particular, and the true seed of Abraham, trying to keep the true seed of Abraham and the black man and woman from being seen as they try to coast and coerce their vision, and they're going to fail because they're going to lose, and the victor of the war in heaven will be Iran and Syria. That Shia Muslims and Iran and Syria will take back over control of the Middle East as Saudi is taken out, Britain and America is kicked out, and false Israel is seized and then destroyed. And so far, and so will be with those 6 nations that align themselves with them. So that's where we're at now, which will be the shock of the hour. This shock is when the world sees what happens. How did this happen? It's going to shock the minds. It's going to cause aneurysms and blow the minds of the people and the hearts. And it's going to open the eyes of the people of the world to say, the black man and woman of America is the true seed of Abraham. There'll be no denying. And the world's going to know why and understand what's causing what's taking place in the world, what's making it, what's causing it to happen, what's causing this change, what's causing these wars, what's shaking the fabric of their reality. What's bringing this reality to an end? The reality, the vision of the Abrahamic covenant, the Abrahamic covenant being brought to end. So that's where we are. And brothers and sisters, we're going to bring this segment to a close on that note. Pay attention. This segment is to take current events and give a perspective from the NGO perspective. Give it from the perspective of where we come from, how it benefits. Basically, it benefits us, but it's the truth. The truth being given instead of coaching it to try to make it fit or show it to you from how it represents their people or them. No, we're giving it from the perspective, our perspective, and the perspective from the NGO. which is giving it to you straight out with the truth from where we're at in the world today, how the truth is affecting the world, how the Injil is affecting the world, how the unsealed scriptures is affecting the world, how the Son of Man, Joshua, the Messiah, is affecting the world. So with that, I'm going to bring this segment to a close. And I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock Pacific. And I'm going to greet you as I came in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum.